Hello everyone, my name is Harsh and a very warm welcome to all of you in this AI assistant app in Flutter. And in the last video I discussed about what should I do next in this course, and actually I haven't got much responses about it, so I am gonna end this course. So before ending this course, I just want to create some bonus videos for you, because as you know, the ChatGPT API is bit too expensive to be integrated for a free purpose. So that's why I'm just providing alternatives to you. So next two videos, this one and the next one, I will show you two alternatives for our two features. Okay, so let's just get started. So the first alternative that I want to show is a kind of a Lexica Image Search API. Now what this image search is, now you can simply go to this Google and search Lexica and you will get this. Now first thing, what is Lexica? Lexica is just an AI image generator website where you can simply search for an image, as well as you can generate an image by giving a prompt. It uses this next gen Apprentice v3.5 model, as well as it also uses stable diffusion like ChatGPT. So it also provides a search API in which it stores all the AI generated images, so we can simply query it out and we can get some images. And generally whatever the prompt we give is already done by somebody else, so in that case it works like a charm. Now we are gonna use it. So how we do that? So here is an option, simply a get API, and you can call this URL and you can pass our query in this query parameter and it will return us the images. And if you have an image and you want to get the prompt, in that case you can use this API, but we require this one. Okay, so we can just copy this one out and move to our VS Code. Now I have just created a function inside our APIs named search AI images, and this function actually returns a list of string, and this list of string will contain AI images that we get from the Lexica API search. Okay, and if any error occurs, in that case I am simply returning an empty list. Now we need to implement the API calling logic here. I can simply write a final keyword and a response that I will get from calling the API, and I'm simply calling get, which is from the HTTP package, and inside this we have to pass the URL. So URI.pass, and we just need to pass this URL and this will provide us the response. We just need to write an await keyword here. Okay, so we are calling this API, and actually I want this parameter to be dynamic, so I can just take a prompt from here, so like prompt, and simply we can pass that prompt here, so $prompt. Okay, and after that it will give us a response. Now in which format it gives the response, so they have also demonstrated a sample format. It returns a JSON object, okay, in which there is a images parameter or key, and inside that there is a JSON array, and in that JSON array we are having this single JSON object. Okay, and it returns at a time 50 image search results, so I think 50 is more than enough for us. Now what are we looking for? So we are looking for this images tag, as well as we are mainly looking for this src tag, because this is the path of the image that we want to show, and there are many more options here. We can ignore all of those, we just require this src. So how we are gonna do that? So I will use list.generate method here, kind of. So simply here first I want to decode this data, so I can just call it data is equals to JSON decode, and after that simply response.body. So we are decoding the response that we get, and after that we can run a loop on it and then we can return the result. Okay, if you want you can print the data here, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so simply I am using list dot, and actually I'm gonna use this from function of list. Okay, I just want to run a loop on this data, so simply I can just call data, and actually we require this images key from here, so we are getting this data. So after that simply images, and we need to run a loop or a map function on it. So simply a map, and it will provide us a dynamic iterable. So what we can do is, one thing, we can just write it like to list, so we are just converting into list. and we can't return a null because we have mentioned a string here. So what we can do is whatever the E we get. Now what is E? E is just this single object, so we want src from the E. So simply here I can write E and two parentheses and after that src, and if I wish I can call a toString here. Okay, and this will do the work for us. Now it is getting the response, it is running a loop on images, and it is getting the src parameter, creating a list and returning it from here. Now for the very first time it may look a bit complex, but it is quite simple if you just spend some time with it. Okay, so for now control save. So we created an API, we just need to call the API. So actually I have created a function here called as search AI image. We have already created a function called as create AI image similar to that, and I'm just checking the prompt is should not be empty. Okay, and I can just use this else as well. So simply like this. So if the prompt is empty, provide some beautiful image description, and if it is not, in that case I want to call the API. And one more thing, I just want to make this URL rx string, which means I am saying this can change dynamically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just making it final and dot obx, which means I am making it dynamic. Now it will throw some errors to me, so I can just do it like this value. Okay, and after that simply download image, a value here, and simply compress this function, moving to share image, similarly a value. Okay, because this is a rx bool variable, and after that image search, simply dot a value, and the errors are resolved. Now for now I'm just getting that image list, so simply APIs, and we can import it dot, and actually I need to create that function static. Okay, or else we can't access it directly, and simply here search AI images, and we need to provide the prompt. So text controller dot text, and simply we can use a await keyword here, so await, and after that I can just create a image list here. So simply here above, actually I want to create a list of string, and that will be a obx list, which means it can change dynamically. I just want to do that, so I'm just calling it image list, and it will be a list of string. Okay, but an obx one, so I can just mention it here like this. This is a list of string by default, you can see it like this, list of string, and I just want it to be observable, so simply obx, which means it can change dynamically. I just want to inform it. So if I just move below, and here I just want to store it inside this list, so I can call image list, and since this is obx I can call value is equals to this. Okay, so I'm just getting my list here. First I will check this list should not be empty. So if image list dot is empty, in that case I just want to return, and I just want to show a dialog here because there is an error occurred, then only the list will be empty. So simply error, so simply something went wrong, try again in some time. Okay, and if the things are perfectly fine, in that case actually what I will do is we just need to update our status as well here. So this loading and this complete, and we just need to update our URL. So simply I can just move below, and here I can call this loading stuff, and once it is done I can just set it to complete here. Okay, so simply complete, and I just need to update the URL that we have created above, dot value is equals to and our value. So for now I am just picking the first item of the list and storing inside this URL. Okay, like the first item, and simply control save. Now what I can do is I can just move to our emulator or our device and move to AI image creator feature, and simply inside this, rather than calling this create AI image, I can call dot search AI image and just remove this unnecessary parenthesis, and simply press control save. Okay, now I can just type anything that I like here. So I have simply written beautiful moon, and I'm just gonna click on this create, and you will see the loading has started and the image has already loaded. So this is the beauty with this. since this is an image search, it is quite quicker as compared to image generation, and the result provided is sufficiently okay. Now there is not enough spacing between them, so I just want to add some spacing here. So what I can do is I can simply like some margin and edges dot symmetric, and I just want to add some vertical spacing. So mq dot height, and let's say 0.015%, and if I press Ctrl save, it looks good. Okay, now one thing is, actually we are getting 50 responses of the images, but we are only showing the very first one. Now what if I just want to show all of them and I want user to pick any one of them? So what we can do is, so actually we can create a horizontal scrolling list here, and we can show the user a result, and whichever the user selects we can show it here, and then user can download or share that image. So how we are gonna do that? So actually we are already having an image list, we just need to show it. So what we can do, so simply below this one I will create a horizontal scrollable list. So for now I'm just using a wrap inside this children, and I am just looping that image list. So simply I can use controller dot image list dot map, okay, and simply e, and after that I can use this cache network image from here to show it here. So simply like this, and simply inside this I can use this e, whatever the string we get, and we just need to call toList here, or else it will kind of throw an error. And I can just remove the placeholder for now because I don't want to show loading for those images, and I just want to give some height to this one, let's say 100 for now, because if I don't give an height they will take quite a long height, and error widget will be a sized box, nothing more than that. Now if I just press Ctrl save, now you will see there are images showing here, and they are showing randomly up down, okay, so you can see all those images. So what we can do is we can make them horizontally scrollable. So what I can do is I can just wrap it with single child scroll view. So single child scroll view, and I can mention an axis here. So scroll direction and axis dot horizontal, and if I press Ctrl save, you will see all those images in the horizontal direction. So this looks good, but there should be some separating between them. Simply inside this wrap I can use spacing and just give a value of 10, and if I press Ctrl save, this looks good, and I just want them to be bit curved. So simply Ctrl Shift R, wrap within widget, and simply clip R rect, okay, just to make them a bit rectangular, and we can just copy this attribute from here, paste it here, and Ctrl save. I think 10 is bit too much for this, and this looks good to me. Okay, now one more thing I just want to do, if we tap on this image should change to that, and we should be able to download it. So what I can do is I can just use a inkwell on it. So wrap with the widget, inkwell, and simply on tap I can change the value of our controller's URL. So c.url.value, and since we have used it as an OBX, so it will automatically update the image. So simply E, and we can press a Ctrl save. Now if I tap on any one of them, now you will see the image will be updating automatically, and you can just tap on the various images and check it out yourself. Now there should be some spacing here. So what I can do is simply just here I can add a sized box, or else I can just add some padding to this one. So padding, and simply edges dot only, and I just want it from the bottom. So mq dot height, and let's say 0.2%. and if you want a bouncing physics effect for this, we can use physics and bouncing scroll physics, so it will bounce to the edges. And now if I just go there, you can see that bouncing effect here, and it looks good to us. Okay, now the thing is I just want to increase the bottom padding a little bit more, let's say 3, and okay. Now what if I just go back here, I just go to AI image generator, and I just search something else here. So simply panda playing a guitar, and simply click on create, so it will start loading. So as you can see, we have got a result, and the UI is not updating. The reason is it is not wrapped with an OBX, so we need to wrap it with the OBX. So what we can do is simply cut it out. I can use a OBX here, and first thing I can check here, if c dot image dot is empty. Now I just want to show a sized box, which means show nothing, no padding or nothing, or else simply show this single child scroll view or our list, and simply a control save. Now you will see those images are showing here. Now the user can select whichever the image he or she likes. So I think this is a moreover like playing a guitar. Okay, so user can select any one of them, and he or she can click on this download, and you can see that image has been saved to the gallery. So with this we can also use this feature as an alternative to our AI image if you want to do it for a free or a general purpose. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.